Hello and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am the Kroissants and I am glad to be bringing you tonight's final Storm Division regular season matchup. We got the playoffs starting in 2 weeks. This is the final Week 7 match. We've got 30 Kroissants taking on Caffeinated Knights here in tonight's best of 5. Hope you're doing well. We're just getting the lobby sorted. All of our players are here, and we'll get going here in just a moment. While we have a moment, though, we're going to get this cat off my desk. Buddy, you're not supposed to be on the desk. Get your own bed. My goodness. And then we're going to go to map select. Here we go. Let them know that I'm still all ready. Taking a look at our map bans: Alterac Pass, Infernal Shrines, Tomb of the Spider Queen, and Volskaya Foundry are banned away for today's series. And we're going to start things off on Garden of Terror, as chosen by Caffeinated Knights. Looks like everyone is back in it to win it. Let's get into our draft number 1. Excellent stuff. Diablo going to be our opening ban from 30 Kroissants. Looking pretty standard. Diablo sometimes makes it through if there's other, if people are trying to control the healers in particular, the offlaners in particular. But a pretty common early ban here now is Diablo. Brightwing, Vala also removed. Garden of Terror, you're thinking about who can take care of your camps. 6 of them in total on the map. Sometimes we see Malthiels come on through on Garden, if it's not just a simple Hogger Blaze matchup. See what Caffeinated Knights is thinking here for their ban. Lucio would be standard. They're going to get rid of Zeratul here. Zeratul, very good roamer here on Garden, can go and get vision and initiate camp invades. We'll see if that triggers the first pick Lucio here from 30 Kroissants. They might be thinking about Hogger, Blaze, Junkrat as well. Even Dahaka can do some good work here on Garden of Terror if you want to control that global with Brightwing already banned. Lots of good choices here, and also lots of good follow-ups to be had. Hard to pass up on the cleanses, though, as Legacy locks in that Lucio. Caffeinated Knights thinking about their response here. Imagine they're going to want to control one of the premier offlaners and then see what else they want to pick up. They want to grab their healer early on as well. Osmanthus goes for the Johanna, and Ark is going to take the Hogger here. Hogger pretty well unmatched in terms of lane sustain and camp clear. Osmanthus taking a very solid tank in the Crusader Johanna. 30 Kroissants looking across. They've got their Lucio already. I wonder if they're thinking about the Dahaka here. I would be picking it up. Liam is going to go for the Blaze instead. Can't go wrong with the Blaze, of course. Cattle opting for a Nubarak here, getting the opposing tank before the mid-ban phase. So tank and bruiser picked up by both sides here. 30 Kroissants has their healer. So we see Sylvanas banned away. We'll see if it will be indeed a healer ban here from 30 Kroissants, or if there's something else they feel like controlling. There are quite a few DPS already banned. We might see something like a Genji ban. And there it is. Sometimes I know a thing or two about a thing or two. Genji is removed. Caffeinated Knights looking to pick up some damage here in the 3-4. Hanzo available. So we see Love Dart going for the Anduin. And Psychotora opting for the Greymane here. Greymane, of course, some good burst onto frontline if we go into that Cursed Bullet. And also very strong on building and camp clear. Just all too important here on Garden of Terror. Can be a little bit scary into all the frontline stuns, but Psychotora just has to hold that dive until the correct moment, and Greymane can definitely do some work. Pretty Croissant looking at their last two picks here. Madara going for the Chromie, and Kyr's choosing Maiev as the flex choice. Maiev can do quite a bit of camp clear and lane clear themselves. Icy going for the Tracer last pick. Okay. Our classic Tracer versus Lucio. Tracer versus healing Tracer. And someone who can get back there and try to disrupt the positioning of Chromie. Solid stuff. Looks like 30 Croissant might have a little bit of an edge on the map clear, but we'll see how things shake out. Let's do it. Game number 1 on the left in the blue, it is 30 Croissant. Legacy on the Lucio, Kyr playing Maiev, Liam on the Blaze, Madara playing the Chromie, and Cattle is on Anubarak. On the right in the red, we have Caffeinated Knights, Osmanthus on Johanna, Lovedart is playing Anduin, Icy on the Tracer, Psychotora is playing Greymane, and Arc is on the Hogger.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, game number 1 is underway. Checking our level 1 talents, no quests to be had whatsoever in the early picks here for both teams. Right now, Blaze in the top lane for 30 Croissant as the mid-wave clear already commencing. Arc into the backline, tries to find a stun there, but Cattle unstoppable on the burrow charge. Liam in the top lane using the trait to help clear that wave as quickly as possible. Now Hogger coming down to match. At the 45-second mark, teams are thinking about who they're going to send to their early camps, which come up at the 1-minute timer. Psychotor able to get away there as it looked like the Umbral Bind from Kyr didn't quite connect onto Greymane there. Madara going to start things off on the left here for 30 Croissant. Right now, Caffeinated Knights sending Greymane and crew over to the top right to get those camps going. Chromie with a cross-map scout on those. Cattle going to step up here just to feign and invade, but everyone else is busy on the map right now. Sort of a triple camp solo coming on out from 30 Croissant. Maiev able to take down that camp alone as Chromie finished the siege. Now Liam is going to take the topside camp. Caffeinated Knights doing the 1-by-1 so far. Now we've got camps in multiple lanes about to clash here. 30 Croissant is up on the wall. Osmanthus going to be pulled back in. Chromie damage. Not going to be quite enough. Ooh, Osmanthus nearly caught there by the trailing auto attacks of Lucio, but does manage to get away and keep up with this lane defense. Kyr looking for a pull onto 2 there. Psychotora does get pulled back and hit by that Chromie time stop. Lovedart has enough healing to make sure that Psychotora gets out safely. First seed spawning here on the bottom side of the map as Blaze and Hogger continue to battle in the off lane. Mid is still pretty healthy in terms of this camp. Osmanthus is going to try to pull it into tower range. That'll help clear it quite quickly. Looks like Arc and Liam going to remain here on the top side. Maiev is on the way up here. Arc is at full health, though. Shouldn't be too much of a problem unless these two really have what it takes to take down the Hogger. Arc down to half health before locking in the Hog Wild and getting away. Checking in on the seed here, we see Caffeinated Knights holding off the minions, trying to get this channel. Cattle not going to allow that for now. Hogger continuing to 1v2 there in the top lane. As Icy is now going to try to chase down Legacy a little bit. Looks like 30 Croissant just going ahead and delaying this for a little bit, but do back away and give the first seed point over to Caffeinated Knights. Level 7's now online for 30 Croissant. They do have a little bit of a window here. Cattle thinking about moving in on Psychotor right now, but opts to head on down towards the bottom lane here. Bottom wall is mostly gone. Madara trying to pepper that down with the Qs. It's Icy is going to get dove onto there. That could be trouble for Cattle using that burrow charge. Anubarak in a lot of hurt right now, trying to walk it away, but Anubarak is going to go down as first blood. Cure in the backline is in trouble as well. Tries to warp on out, but that is Maiev to fall. Caffeinated Knights picking up the double kill as the next seed is getting ready to spawn in the top left. Nice punish there as Anubarak was going deep trying to find something on a Tracer.
Gather the seed, heroes. Quickly.
On the top side here, Liam doing some big work versus Ark. Getting this fort down to about 60%. Icy gonna step up here. Throw a little damage onto Liam as Legacy wards them away. Cattle trying to hold these minions off for now, but it is a little bit difficult as there are 4 of them, and the beetles do go down pretty quick to these minions. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, though... Ooh, Psychotora nearly gets picked off there by Madara. 30 Croissant does end up picking up that point to go 1-1 on the seats. Now the camps are starting to come up again, so the teams are going to retreat and get those started. Siege Giants in the mid taking a chunk out of this middle wall. So the next seed is getting ready to spawn on the south side of the map here. Engage is good from Caffeinated Knights. Madara able to get behind the wall just barely, but has to head on back as this seed is spawning in. Liam scouting here on this camp is not going to be able to go for it, even though 30k just hit their level 10s. Looks like we've got the high 5 slowing sands, cocoon, bunker, and containment disc.
Seed has sprouted.
Caffeinated Knights picking up their 10s as well. We've got the shockwave, quantum spike, blessed shield, light bomb, and go for the throat. Cattle trying to get this channel as Osmanthus stepping up with the shield glare. Cattle tries to get the cut off there, but Osmanthus doubles back. Iron Skin going to be used as Madara finishes up this channel on the left to go up 2-1 here for 30 Croissant. Once again, 30 Croissant going to push with this Bruiser camp in the bottom lane. They're thinking about sticking around here. It looks like they will. Evaporating that wave, but Caffeinated Knights in the vicinity will defend their structure. Meanwhile, on the top side, Liam trying to deal with Ark and this Bruiser camp pushing in. Taking out that Shaman camp definitely helps in the clear of this camp. 30k thinking about moving in on this bottom siege as it does get reset here. Icy triple blinking out of trouble as Cattle was looking for an engage. Osmanthus on the low side is going to get hit with a containment disc. That does stall out the timer of the Iron Skin. Allows a longer unstoppable for Osmanthus to get away. Caffeinated Knights claim their camp in the meantime. Next seed getting ready to spawn here. On the top side of the map, 30k 2 out of 3 on these seeds. See if Caffeinated Knights can rotate in on this gank. Osmanthus is wrapping around here, but no engages to be had. Croissant going to dive on in with these beetles to try to secure the bottom fort, giving up this point to Caffeinated Knights, but claiming themselves a structure in the meantime. Caffeinated Knights choosing to come up here to the top lane to see if they can help bust down this wall. Up here as 5 right now and down level 13s. This could be an angle for 30 Croissant to come on up. It looks like Cattle is doubling back, though, to usher in this minion wave. The minions are locked on. They do quite a bit of damage to these structures, so having the beetles draw the fire is very helpful. You see about, 40% of the health of this fort taken out by just a few seconds of that minion wave. Siege camp taken as the Seed spawns for our 2-2 on the objective points. Whoever gets this will get the first round of Garden Terrors. And there is the seed spawn. Both teams at level 13. We might have ourselves our first full proper team fight. Containment Disc, I believe, was nullified there by the recall. Osmanthus on the low side has to pop the Iron Skin. Time Stop comes out onto Hogger, who's spinning on through to that back line. Ends up next to Liam there. There's the stun onto Hogger. Nice follow-up, but Love Dart has the save. Liam is halfway done with the channel as Osmanthus is going to be in the area, going to be time stopped, and that will be Garden Terrors. And possibly a kill here. Osmanthus in big trouble as Cure finishes the teleport. Johanna goes down as the Terrors spawn in. Bottom Garden Terrors all the way to the wall here, so 30 Croissants going to focus on that one. They're trying to get around the sidewall here to get the stun onto Greymane. They will. Light Bomb goes out onto Psychotor. We'll find the stun onto Maiev. There's the pull. Psychotor able to get away there. Icy in trouble next. He's going to recall on the spot. Legacy with the chase down will get the kill onto Tracer. Garden Terror moving in. Now they're looking for more here. Psychotor pulled back by the Umbral Bind, and Greymane goes down. Love Dart in trouble here as Madara steps up, looking for something. All the while, the keep shut off by this objective. 10 minutes into the game, 30 Croissants, they're starting to put damage on the core here. They're 5 versus 3, and they still have an objective pushing in here. Augur spinning on through, trying to get this clear, but the core shielding is now gone. There is the stop onto Augur as the core goes past 80%. Tracer is about to be back up. Greymane still 5 seconds away. Core down to 50%. 30 Croissant is trying to take a fast victory here. They put Arc away into the cocoon down to 20%. Here comes Greymane, but it's going to be too late. 30 Croissants snowball a couple kills into a game number 1 victory. GG. Wow, very quick capitalization there from 30 Croissant. Caffeinated Knights out to a strong start, get that double kill. They forced a 5th and deciding seed point, but a nice time stop from Chromie, a nice couple kills, and all of a sudden the map's over. 30K takes the first game. Let's go to the post game here. Check out the scoreboard. 27,000 hero damage coming on out for Madara on the Chromie, there for 30 Croissant. Icy on the Tracer, nearly 23,000 damage for Caffeinated Knights. We'll take a look at the talents such as they were. We'll prepare ourselves for game number 2. Alrighty. Battlefield of Eternity is going to be our map number 2. Caffeinated Knights opting for first pick here. 30K has selected the map. Looks like they're all set. Let's get into the draft. Bartleby of Eternity. Draft number 2 up and moving here. See if there's any draft changes. Lucio, first ban here from Caffeinated Knights. There's the first change. Understandable. 30 Croissant looking across. We'll see if they're going to stick with their Diablo Vala in the ban positions, or if maybe they want to pick one of those up for themselves. Brightwing taken off the board here. So our 2 premier healers taken away. Caffeinated Knights. We saw that Zeratul ban there in game number 1. There's not as much room for a roaming ganker here on Battlefield. You can do it, but the map doesn't lend itself to one the way that others do. Going to see the Hanzo ban from Caffeinated Knights. Hanzo was very first pickable here on Battlefield of Eternity. If Caffeinated Knights wasn't willing to do it, they've got another priority in mind. That is a solid map ban. And 30 Croissant take away the Blaze, so they're going to leave Diablo up here. We'll see if Oz wants to jump on that. So far, there hasn't been any priority onto Junkrat. See if that is going to be a consideration for either of these teams. These Caffeinated Knights moles their first pick. Psychotora first pick Maiev. Making a statement here. Interesting. You don't think of Maiev as so much of a contested hero. I wonder what they're thinking for the... Usually when I see a hero like that early, I'm like, if their draft is so tricky that they need to take a Maiev first, then I have no idea what they're thinking about bringing next.
I will fight to my last breath.
Liam opting for the early Yrel here, and Legacy going for Rhaegar. They're going to leave that Hogger. They go for the cleanse heal in the Rhaegar and the big heal for the save. Caffeinated Knights. Osmanthus will take that Johanna, and Ark goes for the Hogger, so they do pick up some high-value picks in that 2-3. I always like a Johanna-Maiev duo. Johanna just gathers them up. Maiev hits the Umbral Bind. Everything looks neat and tidy. 30 Croissant looking across here at the triple front line of Caffeinated Knights. See what they're thinking for the ban. I'm going to get rid of Anduin. I'm going to put Love Dart onto something else here for game number 2. And there's that Diablo ban. Caffeinated Knights not wanting to let that go over to Cattle. We'll see if that puts Cattle back on a Nubarak, or if maybe Muradin is a consideration, considering we're on Battlefield of Eternity. Vala, notably, still up as well. It could be a little bit vulnerable to the Johanna Maiev engage. Kier goes for an early. It's not last pick Genji, we'll say. Cattle does go for that Anubarak. Caffeinated Knights need some damage. They need some heals to go along with this duo. I feel like if they're going for the Wombo combo, we're looking at a Stukov here, but maybe they're doing a hybrid approach. Let's see what they're thinking. Vala Whitemane here for Icy and Love Dart, so they try for the counter-engage healing of Whitemane. That does provide them a cleanse as well, to hopefully empower this Vala. Madara on the last pick here. Wouldn't surprise me to see a Junkrat or Chromie. We'll see what they're thinking. Sylvanas also available here for Battlefield. Hard to say no to that. Gonna be a Li Ming here from Madara. Li Ming Anubarak, a solid combo, as Anubarak just picks a target and keeps them still, which is exactly what Li Ming is looking for. We do have that double reset composition here from 30 Croissant. It's like Kira and Madara playing chicken on who's going to be playing what here as we prepare for game number 2. Here we go, game number 2. On the left in the blue once again is 30 Croissant. Legacy on the Rhaegar. Madara playing Genji. Kira is on Li Ming. Cattle playing Anubarak. And we've got Liam on the Yrel. On the right in the red, it's the Caffeinated Knights. Osmanthus playing Johanna. Love Dart is on Whitemane. Icy playing Vala. Psychotora is on the Maiev. And we've got Ark on the Hogger.
3, 2, 1.
Alrighty. Game number 2 is underway. Checking those level 1 talents. Vala going for the auto attack Creed of the Hunter quest. No other quests to be found here. Caffeinated Knight's going to be looking to stack early. We'll see if Icy is able to get in range for those consistent auto attacks here against 30 Croissant. Madara going to be caught there. Uses the Cyber Agility to get away one time. Psychotora putting out some damage. Madara not respecting the 1v1 there. Here going to be gathered up as Legacy gets the counter engage there onto Icy. Quite the brawl so far, so some solid stacking available here for Vala. As Cure trying to get behind the wall there, dipping below 200 health for a moment. Checking on the top side, Madara is looking for Arc here. As Liam going to start this camp right at the 1 minute mark. Genji covering that lane for the moment. Caffeinated Knights does see Genji in that lane, so they will start this bottom camp here. There should be no muss, no fuss from 30 Croissants. All the while, though, Kier just going to remain on that top side, throwing abilities at the tower as the camp trade is completed. Arc going to have to stay up here and clear that out for a little bit as Genji comes on down to rejoin the team. Cattle discovered there on the bottom side by the multi-shot scout. Madara remaining unseen for now. Just keeping an eye on things. Legacy stepping up as Madara does commit into the backline, looking for some damage onto Whitemane. There's the Protect and the Swift Strike to escape. Cattle actually stopped from backing there. Psychotaurus scouting that bottom rush. Shaman camp's going to be of note here. Kroissant getting that started as Caffeinated Knights going to start making their way back to theirs as well. Usually teams around 2 minute 15 start heading that way to make sure their camps are on the way during the first objective. 30 Croissant heading back to base for a moment just to get their bars right. That does mean that Caffeinated Knights will be taking their camp second, which might give them a little bit of an advantage in terms of lane presence, depending on how quickly they can clear this bottom camp. Okay, Madara and Legacy looking for Osmanthus here. That is the Purge. There's another bite forward, and Johanna with no Iron Skin is going to go down. A nice positional pickoff there from 30 Croissant. Top Shaman camp going to be cleared away by the rest of Caffeinated Knights. Liam working on the top side Shaman camp clear here. Has a very solid lead on this immortal damage for the blue side. Psychotaur hits that Umbral Bind, trying to find a way out of there. Cattle gets the stun onto Love Dart. Whitemane doubling back as Madara hits the body block. Love Dart with nowhere to go here will fall. Psychotaura in a bit of trouble, has the Vault of the Wardens to escape lethal damage. And Legacy is going to start things up here on the left for 30 Croissant, trying to get themselves as shielded and immortal as possible. Right now, Caffeinated Knights can't even step up with Liam in the vicinity here. And that is going to be basically a full shield immortal for 30 Croissant. Coming on down here at the 4 minute mark. Excuse me. Psychotaurus taking some hits here before this defense begins. And here we go. Objective is pushing on forward. They find Psychotaur and Osmanthus outside the gate here, but Psychotaur with a great Umbral Bind onto 3. Madara into the back line, took a little bit of damage there. The objective's still floating, moving towards this structure. 30 Croissant is a little bit low on resources here, so it looks like they're going to be backing away. Fort will go down to about half here before the Immortal is down. Psychotaura does get the dismount and the pull here. Counter engage from Cattle will be jumped over. Osmanthus trying to get a counter engage as the fight continues here on the south side. Li Ming going to be taken down first. Osmanthus manages to wiggle on by, but a nice jump there from Yrel. They're going to get the jump after Johanna. Love Dart trying to stay alive. Gets a little bit of extra healing there. Staying alive for quite a while here. Enough for the trade onto Genji and Rhaegar as Icy is just feasting here. Now looking for Cattle. Liam jumps over the wall, though, and oh, one more auto attack means that is it for Vala. Psychotora looking to get Cattle next. Who's going to get the hit? It is going to be Cattle. Anubarak with the double kill on a bloodbath of a brawl here on the bottom side. Quite the scuffle there as both teams thought they had the drop on the other. Right now, 30 Croissants up 6-3 in hero kills. And that does give them their level 10s. We're looking at Wave of Force, Cocoon, Ancestral Healing, X-Strike, and Yrel still holding. Will go ahead and pick up that Ardent Defender. 30 Croissants staying here on the bottom side as 4. Anubarak is on the way. Psychotor's already jumped here, gets the warp back. Madara trying to get the X-Strike kill, does so. That is Reset City here for Cure. That is going to be triple for 30 Croissants. And that is the power of that reset comp. Cure able to reset twice. And that is going to be bottom structure as this Immortal phase begins. Caffeinated Knights recovering now, getting back onto the battlefield. They do have heroics of their own now. We're looking at the Scarlet Aegis, Shockwave, Blessed Shield, Containment Disc, and Reign of Vengeance. This Cattle coming across, thinking about scouting out that Shaman. We are in defensive positions on these Immortals. Rest of 30k taking their own Shaman camp here. Madara going to be hit with that Containment Disc, but Johanna put into the Cocoon. Looks like no follow-up to be had. Madara going to be cleansed out of that Shockwave. Icy in some trouble here on the low side, but a big Scarlet Aegis from Love Dart, keeping everyone alive. Still White Mane going to be the first to go down. Madara hits that X-Strike right in the middle of everyone. Hogger will fall. Icy is next. Psychotora with one jump, but no dice to be had. Quad kill here from 30 Croissants. Damn, my voice didn't last all that team fight. I just needed one more word and I couldn't choke it out. Unfork. All the while, we got a double camp pushing here on the bottom lane. Objective, another nearly full shield Immortal to be claimed here by the blue side. 13-11 in levels as well, as the next push is coming into the top lane. Yrel gonna stick around on the bottom lane for now. Caffeinated Knights as 5 on this defense. Yrel has come up here and they do see Liam on this flank. 30 Croissants just trying to positionally force Caffeinated Knights back as the Immortal moves in onto the structure. Madara stepping up there. Oh, is taking fort shots. That could be trouble here. Genji has to X-Strike away on the top side. Has run out of cooldowns here. Liam into the back line. Gets a big knock onto forward. Kira trying to get the reset on these shots. Containment Disc flies. Does not connect as the Immortal starts to push forward. Liam with the knockback. Osmanthus trying to get behind the gate there. Does avoid the stun of the objective. 30 Croissant on a 3-level lead, but they're a little bit light on resources right now. Is the objective going to clear away the wall, take one swipe at the keep, and then go down? Top camp up in a couple seconds here. Bottom camp is available. 30 Croissant going to go ahead and get that started. Liam doing the bottom side camp, and Caffeinated Knights currently locked in their base a little bit right now, seeking level 13s to hopefully get a quick fight before 30 Croissant takes their 16s. Psychotora watching that flank, making sure there's not a full engage there from 30 Croissant. Liam's going to go right over the wall and start this Shaman camp and dare the members of Caffeinated Knights to jump on this. Genji and Anubarak actually pushing in camps in the side lanes right now are going to start to collapse here. Caffeinated Knights, they may have taken the bait. They're going to jump onto this camp. Osmanthus and Psychotora don't want to let this go. Scarlet Aegis comes on out as 30 Croissant claims the camp. Caffeinated Knights do manage to back away there. And now they've got to worry about the top lane, and they've got to worry about the level 16s that 30k just claimed. Osmanthus stepping on up, trying to get this lane cleared away. Liam knocking Icy into the side. Liam's going to have to get that Ancestral healing. Manages to get out of the keep range. Madara trying to take down this structure, does so effectively. That Wave of Force is going to be it for Johanna. We've got some resets coming on through. No other follow-up kills to be had, though. Unless Psychotora goes down, boom, that is Maiev going down. Arc is going to be next. Hogger falls. Liam with the chase down onto Icy. There's Madara with the follow-up. Icy gets into the base with 30 Croissant. They're on the core once again. Only 2 members remaining. Love Dart and Icy have to try to defend this. Icy at half health, steps up there. They're looking for Liam. Core down to 60%. Here comes Osmanthus to help with the defense. Icy low. Oh, is going to get popped there by the Calamity. Down to 40% on the core now as Love Dart is being focused on by Cure and Cattle. Core down to past 20%. Genji goes down. Legacy trying to work down this core alone right now. That is going to be it for game number 2. 30 Croissant showing what they do once again. Up 2-0 in this best of 5. Another very solid performance from 30 Croissant. They're showing what they're best at. They find an opening, and they just keep on pushing till they are pushed back. And that is another quick one here for game number 2. Let's go to the post-game. Take a look at the stats. Cure on the Li Ming. Nearly 43,000 hero damage there for 30 Croissant. Psychotora on the Maiev, getting top billing there for Caffeinated Knights at 33,500 hero damage. Put up those talents, update the scoreboard, and get ourselves ready for game number 3. Alrighty. We're going to be going to Dragonshire here for map number 3. Caffeinated Knights, see if they can strike gold here. See if they can put one on the board versus the so far undefeated 30 Croissant. We've got one team ready. We've got me ready. Just waiting on the last R, and we'll jump into this draft. And there it is. Let's see if I can time it perfectly. Now, I'm going to say that I was like a quarter second late. Quarter second late on hitting the button. I almost got it exactly perfect. Nonetheless, we are here for map number 3. Once again, Caffeinated Knights will be first pick. So we'll see if they've got anything crazy up their sleeves here, or if they're just going to keep trying to play their game and find the opening to push through for victory, the way 30k has been exhibiting so far. Big healers off the board to start things off. No Brightwing, no Lucio. Now, Dragonshire is a map where a Nubarak might be a more priority pick than Diablo. So I'm interested to see if Caffeinated Knights wants to remove that here. Well, still worried about Diablo. Gonna take away Big Red. 30 Croissant looking across. This is a map where Junkrat is definitely on the mind. I mean, Chromie, Hanzo, Lunara, Zagara, they all do pretty well in the bottom lane as well. But it's hard to deny the value of that Junkrat in terms of safety with those concussion mines. So that will be taken away. I feel like this is a Hanzo first pick, and then you get to trade Hogger and Blaze. But they've been favoring that Johanna. We might see the Johanna first pick here from Caffeinated Knights. See what their thought process is here. Ooh, a Sylvanas going to be coming on through first here for Psychotora. I think that's our first Sylvanas of the day. We'll see if Psychotora can get those solo picks, assuming we have a mind control coming on through. It's kind of 50-50. It depends on the comp, depends on the situation, whether we see Sylvanas go for that Wailing Arrow or go for that mind control. 30 Croissant looking across here. Cattle is going to take that Johanna, and Liam goes for the Hogger here. I imagine that's going to force Caffeinated Knights into taking the Blaze now, unless they're just not interested in the Blaze at all. No, they're going to take it. Arc locks that one in. See if they want their tank now, or if they feel like they can hold it until later. Gonna take the Genji. Okay, I like this play from Caffeinated Knights. They're trying to take the initiative right now. They're not going to let themselves be engaged upon. They're going to try to jump on the opportunities here with this Blaze Genji setup. 30 Croissant. Already have control of their tank. They might want to take out something like a Nubarak here if they want to control that further. No, they're going to take away Love Dart's Anduin once again. They don't want to see that Genji Bomb engage style enabled by Icy. Caffeinated Knights. Maybe don't want to ban a healer because they need one of their own. They're going to ban away the Zeratul. I was wondering if maybe Zeratul or Tracer would be a response to the Genji here for 30 Croissant. Will not be the Zeratul. We'll see if maybe Tracer's on the mind of Cure here. Or maybe they'll just go back to the Maiev. Try to win the game through that camp control. No Junkrat available in the bottom lane. Madara going to opt for the Cassia here, and Legacy goes for Uther. Ooh, a very different type of setup for 30 Croissant here. This might be a solo backline Cassia. Since we have that Uther healer here from Legacy, we already have Johanna. I'm guessing this is a solo heal Uther, which means they might just be looking for a CC blow-up. As a Nubarak and Stukov chosen here by Love Dart. I love the Stukov choice into Uther. Just because you're usually in an Uther comp, you're just sort of dogpiling on the front. There's a lot of engage in melee, and Stukov can just shut all of that off with a good lurking arm, and also make it very difficult to escape, with a Nubarak and Blaze layering stuns on top of that. Cure goes for the Kharazim, so it is a solo backline Cassia. A double melee healer up front, still choosing the Kharazim into that Stukov. So 30 Croissant just trying to match aggression with even more aggression here. I feel like there's going to be a lot of skirmishes going on in game number 3. Here we go. Game number 3 on the left in the blue. Once again, it is 30 Croissant. Legacy on the Uther. Cure is playing Kharazim. Madara on the Cassia. Cattle on Johanna. And we've got Liam on the Hogger.
Battle commencing.
On the right in the red, Caffeinated Knights. Osmanthus on the Anubarak. Arc is playing Blaze. Icy is on Genji. Psychotora on Sylvanas. And Love Dart is playing Stukov.
Unleash the dragon's wrath.
Game number 3 is underway. Uther going for that Silver Touch Q quest on level 1. Cassia going for the Thunderstroke Q quest on level 1. Those are your level 1 quests. You see Stukov has gone for the reactive Ballista Spores here. As Caffeinated Knights trying to get out of trouble in the top lane. They got about half a tower's worth of damage. I like that pivot there from Stukov into the reactive ballista spores. We've been seeing a lot of it hungers on level 1 from Stukov's just because it's a little bit of an easier auto damage build. But because that melee is going to be so heavy, spreading the pustule, the weighted pustule in a short melee range, I feel like is going to get quite a bit of value. So we might see the, was it Virulent Reaction? That old Stukov combo where you get the Root Silence.
Control of the shrines.
Siege Giants are up. Both teams going to go ahead and get those going. Hogger going to start the top Bruiser camp here for 30 Croissants solo, as Hogger is known to do. Unfortunately, Caffeinated Knights not taking their own Bruiser camp at the same time. Otherwise, we could play my favorite game, Who Wins, Hogger or the entire enemy team. Usually we see that matchup on Alterac Pass when the map is available. Right now, Caffeinated Knights controlling the bottom shrine for now. As Hogger taking the top here for 30 Croissant. They're looking for Legacy here in the mid, as we do have just 2 healers down here. Not very high damage, but of course very strong sustain to be able to try to hold this point. Cattle coming on down here. As Hogger sort of being chased out. Liam taking quite a bit of damage there. Madara trying to get this channel. Love Dart already used 1 interrupt. Icy not going to be in range. And that is a 2-minute dragon. Ooh, Liam trying to spin over onto Psychotora will be taken down. First blood goes over to Caffeinated Knights as the Dragon Knight sieges the mid. Ranged auto attack Stukov. There's a place for it. The problem is the other 2 level 1s are so powerful. You've got to justify, not just is ranged auto attack Stukov good, which sometimes it is. Sometimes you end up in a situation where you're like, I don't want to go near the enemy front line at all.
That beast is not my
But
beloved.
then the other side of it is like, okay, so just don't plan to auto attack. Just stay at range and use your lurking arm talents. So there's a time and a place for everything, but it's in the current infinite patch that we're in, I feel like the time and the place for ranged auto attack Stukov is a little bit few and far between. Madara going to be caught there as Legacy tries to peel away. Osmanthus trying to keep that body block on. Cassia turning things around, though, as Cattle comes on down and gathers up 3. Madara still very low, is going to need a cleanse to start to move on back there. Arc will get stunned in the backline, but there's that lurking arm from Stukov. Going to try to ferry Arc back to safety. Gets pulled in by Johanna. That is going to be Blaze and Genji going down. As that double healer sustain working out very well here. Not so well for Karazine, though. Cure in trouble, trying to get in range and let that cooldown come up. Karazine will fall. Caffeinated Knights gets 1 back on the back of that double kill from 30k. Liam and Arc back to their ceaseless battle. Blaze Hogger. Liam gets out of vision there to be able to get away. Ooh, Madara gets hit by the second stun there. There's the lurking arm. Madara going in there, tries to trade out with Sylvanas and does so. 1 for 1 there underneath the fort. That's good game sense there from Madara. In that position, you're very likely not going to be able to walk away, so you might as well take 1 with you.
Avenge my husband. Earn his power and destroy your enemies.
30k going to control both shrines for the meantime. They're about halfway to level 10. Osmanthus going to keep an eye here on the shrine. Cattle will be scouted there as Hogger comes on down. 30k does have their level 10s now. We're looking at the 7-sided Strike, Ball, Lightning, Blessed Shield. Hogger and Uther still holding their talents. Looks like Hortipult and Divine Storm going to be the choices. There's the 7-sided. The Divine Storm locks it in. And a Nubarak will go down. Hogger on the top point, able to hold this for long enough in the 1v2. Is Hogger just going to spin the day away here? Cattle gathers him up as Legacy came on through, and Liam is just going to take the hands off the keyboard for a moment. We'll just do the Hog Liam game. There we go. Mid fort went down through all of that. Dragon Knight coming on down to the bottom side. Madara nearly going down versus Psychotora there. Bottom fort in a little bit of trouble. Karazim does have some ability to get away as long as the teammates are in range, so going to try to commit the last couple autos. Legacy, oh, there's the cleanse, there's the dash, and Cure will get back to safety. Cattle thinking about a flank here, is going to C2. Psychotora is low under here as Madara looks to engage. Blessed Shield did not land there from Cattle. The fort still falls. Liam not done here, looking for more, is going to be put into the cocoon. But Caffeinated Knights are just going to use that to reposition. We'll see if they can get something off of this. There's the double stun. Silence comes on out. Hogger trying to walk away. Nowhere to go. Will go down. Nice job by Caffeinated Knights sticking around long enough to pick up that kill off the setup from Osmanthus. Checking on our level 1 talents, 22 stacks for Cassia here. Uther is done with that level 1 Silver Touch. It's Cattle looking to create a little bit of space here, but Caffeinated Knights just chewing on this wall before Hogger can come on back. Right now, Caffeinated Knights RS5. Osmanthus is going to try to re-engage here. There's the double stun coming on out as well as the 7-sided. Nubarak does survive that engage. 30 Kroissants gonna have to start backing away. Madara in trouble. X-Strike from Genji will be enough for the kill. Cattle has finished the level 4 punish with that one combination. So now gets the 80% slow even on one target. All the while, Cassia did fall. And now Caffeinated Knights continues their siege pressure. Karazim put into the cocoon here as Liam coming on the super flank. Gonna be shoved back though. Psychotor on the point. Love Dart is gonna be pushed on back. Cattle gathers them up, and that is gonna be Stukov going down. Oh goodness, excuse me. Too excited. 30 Kroissants gonna take this bottom shrine back as Arc did grab the top shrine for Caffeinated Knights. Hogger going for a camp steal here on the bottom right. Looks like going to be no problem here for 30k. Madara trying to get out of trouble here. Psychotor with the dismount. Madara does get away. Blessed Shield engage onto 2. They're going to see if they can pick up one here. Ball Lightning comes on out. That is it for Sylvanas. Double stun here onto Genji. Making sure no global chance for Genji to get away. That is a double kill for 30 Kroissants. All the while, Cassia taking the top shrine back here. Bottom lane pushing in quite hard with this siege camp. 30k looking for another quick dragon here as Legacy starts the channel. That will be an objective going over to the blue side. Hogger spins on through. Cattle going to engage here onto Osmanthus. There's the stun onto the wall. Not going to full engage as the burrow charge was available. Madara coming on down as well as Arc. As Cattle catches one on the low side. There's the 7-sided out on the Psychotora. Short-range teleport, short-range double teleport here. As the Blessed Shield comes on through, they realize Psychotora has no abilities left. Sylvanas goes down. Hogger gets broken out of the cocoon. There's the Hortipult as Osmanthus being chased through. That is a Nubarak to fall. Bottom keep went down, and here comes the double camp pressure with the catapult. 30 Kroissants could be looking for a quick finish once again. 2 are going to be gathered up. Arc goes down. Icy on the low side gets the Swift Strike, trying to get Cure to fall as the core shielding is now gone. Only 2 left on the defense once again. GG has been called. And 30 Croissants is going to complete the trifecta here. 3 quick victories off of these picks, these roll-throughs, and that will be a 3rd victory to seal up this series. GG. Great work there by 30 Croissant. They cap off their regular season completely undefeated, 18-0 throughout their 6 matches this season. Congratulations to them. Very nicely done and well deserved. Let's check out the post-game for this match. Madara on the Cassia. Over 100,000 siege damage coming through there, as well as over 34,000 hero damage for 30k. Psychotora leading the way for Caffeinated Knights. 80,000 siege and 38,500 hero damage. Take a look at the talents as we get ready to close out this broadcast. Alrighty.